Okay, hi guys. This is Ian Evans and welcome to Camping with the Old Man. We're out in the deserts of central Washington. We're going to kind of show you what the desert looks like in the early spring. We're going to run around this summer and show you about 115 different lakes and what you catch out of them, some of the wildlife, and some of the more fascinating things about it in the desert. Also, we have down in the gorge, we're going to go down and take a look at some of the hiking areas. It's got some large basalt deposits and whatnot, and I guess people come from all over to climb that. So we're going to take a look at that this summer too. We're also going to migrate up to the mountains. When we go up there, we're going to cool off because we're going to spend some time in the desert. We want to go someplace where it's a little cooler. So we're going to do that. And also we're going to take a trip down 101 down from Washington to Oregon and show you what that drive's like. That's when we really want to cool off because then all the nice ocean breeze comes in and it's really nice all day long. Okay, without further ado, let's get started and we'll talk to you later. All right, we're headed down to Susan Lake and we're gonna have a little bit of fun. The terrain's a little bit dicey, which, hey, is nothing for us because we are old and we like going on trails. And it's lots of fun. I went down here duck hunting over the winter. Didn't do so good, but hey, I hadn't duck hunted in 40 years, so what did you expect? Cost me about 250 bucks a duck. How'd you like that one, huh? 250 bucks a duck, can you believe it? Anyways, this is kind of what the desert looks like in the early spring, nice and green. Got some hills and whatnot. Got some nice rock formations. Look forward to the pictures also that we'll put with the video so you can get some close-ups and that sort of thing of the sagebrush. Get it, sagebrush? Anyways, we're just going to cruise along here, and this is a really easy trail. We figured for our first time out we'd just take one of the easy lakes. We got two lakes down here, Susan Lake, and then over in the far end is its sister lake, and I don't really remember what the name of that is. We'll find out when we get there, right? So hey, there's some excitement. Ooh. Anyways, talk to you in a little bit and we'll see how it goes. I think the desert in early spring is really pretty. It's nice and green, although the flowers and stuff haven't started blooming yet. And when it does, we'll have all kinds of purples and yellows, and it will be really, really exciting. So we'll come back and we'll visit it, and as we go along, you'll get to see kind of the transformation of early spring to middle spring, and then what it starts looking like when we get into the hotter summer months. So pretty excited about it. I hope you are too. Okay, we're coming up on Susan Lake. Been walking for a little while. It's not too far, maybe, oh, I don't know, quarter of a mile walk or something maybe. Not too much. We're coming up on the hill over the top of the lake. Like I said, there's bass in here, and probably some other scrap fish, maybe some perch or something like that. I think it's really nice down here. I think it's really pretty. In the wintertime, it gets really, really cold. Like I said, I was down here duck hunting, and it was about, maybe 2-3 degrees. Cold enough to freeze up the shotgun, that's for sure. But it was still a lot of fun. So we're gonna talk to you in a little bit. I just wanted to show you what it looked like coming into the lake. What's really nice about this area out here, the potholes, is about 15 miles from Moses Lake, and it has dispersed camping just about every place that is not in the wildlife sanctuary side. So if you come out, you want to go to the left of the sanctuary, and then that'll be the dispersed camping site. And the good thing about the dispersed camping is you can come out and camp for 14 days, and then you just have to move, I think it's like 5 miles or something, and then you can camp for another 14 days if you choose to. And down here, not a lot of people come in the summertime, so you can come to these lakes, have nice seclusion, have some fishing, and do a little bit of swimming, and just, have a good time. So here we are at lake level. Some blackbirds down here. There's a few ducks nesting and making happy little baby ducks. The lake, like I said, is really quaint. It's small. It's probably only about maybe 10 feet deep at its deepest, maybe a little bit more. But it'd be a fun place to be. Okay, we're just coming up on Katy Lake. Been walking for a little while. It's about, probably half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile in here. Again, this would be great for some dispersed camping. If you like hot weather and if you like sagebrush and the animals that are in the desert, there are plenty. We have coyote out here. We have some bobcat. We have blackbirds. We have geese. We have not pelicans. Probably either a swan or a herring. I'm thinking it was probably a white herring. I'm not sure, but I almost bet that's what it was. So as we progress forward, we'll kind of take a nice little walk through here. Hope that I'm not making everything too jiggly. And if I am, well, then I am. We'll just have to work with that as we go along. Learn how to do it better. Maybe get my counterbalances set better. So there's some geese flying over. Kind of scared them up out of the lake. Looks like there's probably about 25 or so down at the other end of the lake, which is pretty nifty. That's actually why I came down here hunting last winter, because of all the geese were in here. Back then there was probably about 100-150 geese. They were hanging out in here. We just got here too late. They were already down, and then when we came in they heard us coming in, and well, as you know, if they hear you coming, that's about the end of the game. Okay, here we are at Katy Lake. We're down at the very end of it. There's a lot of ducks and a lot of geese, some blackbirds. Might have to get me a better zoom for my camera so that I can get in and get better exposure closer in. But we have a lot of good still pictures, and the camera I use for that does very well. Maybe I'll use that for a little bit of video taking too in the future. But anyways, we just want to take a quick run out here and see what you thought of the place that I went and hung out and said to see if I could shoot me some ducks. So it was fun. Yeah, I thought this was really awesome. Kind of a higher view of where we're at, down at the bottom. And actually there's, up on this little top of this rock thing, is actually make really neat camping area. You have a great view. You see all the birds. Okay, as the sun's starting to set a little bit, we're on our way back. Walked up to both lakes, saw some wildlife, had some fun. Sun's starting to set. I think it's just awesome when it goes down behind the rocks and whatnot. So in a few minutes we'll have a lot better picture of that, and you can enjoy it. Down here there's a lot of bullfrogs. Saw some blackbirds, saw some geese, saw some regular ducks, and even what I thought was a beaver, but he was faster than me, so I couldn't get a picture of him. I'll get a picture of him next time.